know that look in the mirror and they're really happy with what they see? When was the last time you looked in your mirror and you were really happy about every part of your body? About your face, the shape of your body, how much body fat you've got, what you look like when you look in the mirror. And for some people, it's Rowie today, I looked in the mirror and I love how I look. There are other people that will share they've never looked in a mirror and been happy with what they see, or they're happy with some things but not others. So is it possible to get into an exercise plan, an eating plan, or both that will change what you see in the mirror so that you'll always be really happy with what you see? And of course, as an exercise professional, that's something I've been doing all of my life. People come to the gym, they come to a personal results coach, they come to an exercise professional and they say, I want to look good in the mirror. It's interesting though that very few people say, I want my insides to look fantastic. I want to have a healthy heart, healthy kidneys, healthy pancreas. I want to have a body on the inside that works really well, because perhaps that would shine on the outside. So why do we spend so much time focusing on the outside of our body? Is it possible that if you have a healthy brain, heart, lungs, bones, muscles, liver, pancreas, kidneys, all of the things on the inside, if they were working really well, would it be more likely that we love what we see in the mirror? So rather than the big number one goal is to look good in the mirror or to weigh a certain way or to have a certain body fat percentage, is it possible that they are side effects of being healthy on the inside? Have you ever met somebody that just seems to be shining from the inside? And often they might not even have a beautiful body, or they might not have the perfect body or ripped abdominals or tight butt cheeks or be technically beautiful by what everybody else calls a beautiful standard. Interesting thing there though, that everybody looks at beauty differently. There's a quote, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Everybody looks at beauty differently. So is it, or could it be more important that you look in your mirror and you love what you see or how you feel? And is it possible that if the inside of your body's healthy, that you're more likely to love what you see on the outside? So if you are hydrated, if you're really fit, if your muscles are really strong, if you are mentally tough and healthy, if your immune system's working well, is it possible that you'll have great hair, great skin, nails, great posture? You will smile more. Is it possible that some people are very unattractive because they just don't smile? What do you need to do to shine from the inside so you look good on the outside? Is it possible that we get really focused on what we weigh, and that sometimes gives us a very ugly face, because often when people stand on the scales they're bloody miserable because they don't like the number on the scale? But that's a question that I always ask. If I've got a healthy heart, bones, muscles, everything on the inside of my body is healthy, am I likely to be more heavy? Because bones that are strong are heavy, muscles that are strong are heavy. When you're hydrated and your body's working effectively, water is heavy. So why do we care what we weigh? And I always ask this question, if you stand naked in front of your mirror and you love what you see in the bright sunlight, what does it matter how much you weigh or what your body fat percentage is? And yet people are so focused on, I need to have X number of body fat percentages or X number of kilos on the scales or pounds on the scales. And that makes them ugly or makes them unattractive because they're so stressed and so focused on being a fanatical body fat measurer or weight. Some people weigh themselves 2, 3, 4 times every day. So every minute that I waste on stressing about my external body, is it possible that I'm getting unfitter and unhealthier on the inside? What does stress do to your body? What does guilt do to your body? It's one of the things I hate about dieting. I can't have, mustn't have, don't have, shouldn't have. So I'm in a state of stress because I can't have the things that I love. I'm angry because I can't have the things that I love. If I eat the things that I love, then I feel guilty. So what does that do to your body? What does that do to your heart health, to your hormonal health, to your brain health when you're stressed or guilty or angry because you can't have the things that you love? So is it possible that to look good in the mirror, that does come from the inside? And what are you doing every day to get your fittest and strongest and healthiest so that can then shine on the outside? Women in particular, but now there's a lot of men spend a lot of money on external things, clothes, makeup, hair, skin products, plastic surgery, all things that are focused on the outside. But if you are healthy on the inside, is it possible? And I use this because I have lots of obviously I have a lot of personal trainers in my life who are asked on a regular basis, how do I look good in the mirror? And a lot of them will share with me, well, Rowie, some things just need to be fixed by a plastic surgeon, for example. There's some things that you can't fix in the mirror, and my client expects me to fix it for them. But the beautiful thing about plastic surgeons, and I have a lot of those in my life, they have shared with me that the most beautiful people in the world often don't need plastic surgery because they're shining from the inside. And the reverse of that, there's a lot of people that get plastic surgery and they end up with the perfect nose or the perfect booty or the perfect boobies, but they're still really ugly people because they don't like who they are on the inside, or they're not healthy on the inside. Another example of that, people think that if you're a bodybuilder and you're on stage and you look great in a bikini or in Speedos, that you must be really healthy. Having been in this profession for a very long time, there's a lot of people that stand on stage in a bikini or in Speedos and they're very unhealthy and very unhappy and very unattractive to themselves, let alone to the rest of the world. So this is a very personal question. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. If you want to love what you see in your mirror, what are you going to do every day to make sure that you're healthy on the inside so that it shines on the outside? And if you are hydrated, if you sleep well, and if you get fresh air and sunshine, and if you are the fittest you can be because you get puffed on a regular basis, if you're the strongest you can possibly be because you've got strong muscles and bones, which means, of course, great posture and a strong immune system so you're less likely to get sick, if at all, are they things that are more likely to make you look good in the mirror? And this is my begging position, and I'm using it often lately. So many people are miserable because they don't like what they see in the mirror. So they focus on makeup, hair, clothes, plastic surgery, pills, powders, programs, external things. But my question is always this: how fit are you? How strong are you? Are you hydrated? Do you love your life? How can you look good in the mirror if you've got a miserable, horrible life? And even more confrontational personal question, how can you love what you see in the mirror if you're a horrible person? And that's something that I've been focusing on all of my life. What do I need to do to love who I am in the mirror, not physically, but emotionally and spiritually? Am I kind? Am I honest? Am I loyal? Do I tell the truth? Do I live my life as the person that I've promised the world to be? But more importantly, do I live my life as the person that I've promised myself to be? Is it possible that if you look in the mirror and you made a promise to yourself to eat healthy, to exercise, to have a career or business that you love, to have a great life, and you're undisciplined or lazy or you can't be bothered and you're just not doing all the things that you know that you're capable of doing, is it possible it's very difficult to look at yourself in the mirror? So if you want to live your life as a happy person, inside and out, are there things we need to do every single day? And I'm going to ask again, are you fit? Are you strong? Do you get fresh air and sunshine? Do you sleep well? Are you eating whatever you think healthy food is? There's a headspace that comes with that. You know that if you get to the end of your day and you've been the person that you can be proud of, is it possible that you'll love who you are in the mirror versus I could have, I didn't, I should have exercised, I could have eaten healthy food, I could have been a nice person, I could have put in 100% effort at my job or my exercise session or the things that I'm supposed to do and I just didn't because I'm too lazy or I'm undisciplined. How does that make you feel? And then is it possible that it's difficult to look at yourself in the mirror, look yourself in the eye and say, am I the person that I promised myself to be? And if you are, could it be easier to live your life to the max?